guys.
Hey, you
Hey.
guys.
You guys.
Ladies, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. You are the last group of the day. I've already spoke to your other half of your ensemble and your lovely director.
How was that?
He's lovely. Why? You can say something bad.
How was that?
At least you said it now, and then I haven't got to go to talk to him afterwards. That would have been a bit.
Yeah.
Good luck.
The co-stars were like, "Oh, you spoke to me, speaking to Michael. Goodness gracious!" But congrats on the film. I watched it for the second time last night. I'd previously seen it at LFF in 2019, which feels like 20 years ago. And I spoke to you all then very briefly on the red carpet before your premiere, and now then the world went to crap. But we're here now. Finally, we can talk about your amazing film. So you get to talk about it now. You know, it's been almost 2 years since you premiered and everything else. Marli, maybe I'll start with you. It must be great to now finally be able to talk about it and to tell people about it, and for people to go and sit in the cinemas, thankfully, to go and see it.
It's so exciting that it's coming out. I think there was a little bit of time where we were all a bit unsure if it was going to come out or if it was if it would go straight to a streamer, or if it would just disappear. So I think we're all really excited that it is getting a cinema release, and hopefully people really enjoy it in cinemas. It's definitely like a film you want to watch with people. I thought the festival screenings were so much fun because it's like you need an audience because you want people laughing and having a good time, and it's that kind of film.
Yeah, I did just joke with the other group when I said that it was good that people laughed, because if it had been a film where people didn't laugh, you might not wanted to promote it quite as much, or say, "Hey, we're in that film." It would have been the opposite. But that's good. It's good that you got to do that. Sally, how was the festival circuit for you back then? Because obviously it's a couple of years ago now, but the buzz has continued, which is pretty impressive considering.
Yeah, there's a riot. I mean, it's kind of nice that we've kind of momentum's getting again. We had such a slump, we kind of forgot about it for a while, and so it's nice kind of having a second. It's like a second birth, really. So yeah, it's just nice to be around the girls again. I mean, we have such a laugh when we're all together, so it makes it 100 times more fun when we do stuff like this as a group.
Yeah. And you've got a screening this evening. Are you guys going to the screening, or are you going to one of the other screenings? Or
I can't make it, unfortunately, but these guys are going to the screening.
Hard to get all 6 of us together in the same room. I think the world combusts when we do. Really.
Maybe that's why we had all of the stuff.
I think it's down to us.
You 6 together, end of world stuff. Rona, I was just asking the guys about the festival circuits. How was that for you? That must have been so much fun, and that the buzz continued over the 2 years in limbo.
Yeah, it was really fun to do that. I didn't manage to go to Glasgow Film Festival, but the LFF was really, really fun. I think also the feedback from it was great from the people that saw it, and that's all we really want. We just want people to have a good time and to enjoy it, because we had such a good time filming it. So if people have a great time and come out the cinema smiling, then that's us that's us done our job, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's been tricky with coronavirus and everything. But yeah, we're just glad it's seeing the light of day, because a lot of other films haven't that have been made, which is such a shame. So yeah, so really, really happy that the story's finally getting out there.
Yeah, for sure. And I've just found out from the other half of your ensemble that you all got put up in a flat together beforehand. Which sounds.
You see, they're getting all the goss first to all the people. We should be on first. Yeah. We can give some of the goss. Then we have nothing to tell people.
Have you got any other goss that you could share with us? I asked them about
many. I think we need a lot longer if you want all the goss. I did get robbed. That's a good story. If you've not heard that,
I haven't heard that story.
Basically, the last time we were all together was in Budapest. We went to watch the edit with Michael, and we were staying in an Airbnb, and I came back and all my money had gone. So that's probably why we can't be together all in one space, because something bad happens.
All these bad things that have happened in the world is because of you 6. I mean,
yeah, basically, yeah.
I've read, obviously you got some, as I say, great buzz and great reviews and stuff already. And I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's refreshing to see this story about these young women, which is really, really good, but also kind of strange in the sense that we don't have a lot of these stories, and we really should have a lot of these stories about female experience, particularly, from different walks of life. Are you happy that this story is being told? Because usually it's the boys who get to do all the all of this stuff and their stories get told, but now you guys get to tell the story. Maybe Sally, I'll chuck that to you first.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, we were saying before, like all the references, the films that we watched in reference, you know, to help us get into the kind of mode, were all very male heavy, like coming of age stories like American Graffiti and Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Dazed and Confused. Those kind of films are all, you know, the females are kind of like love interests. So it was amazing to have our stories front and center, and the male parts kind of that came in and out. They were so gracious and lovely, though. They really kind of encouraged that environment. It was great. Yeah, it's amazing to see. It should happen more often. And yeah, we were talking about this in another interview, saying that why is it when teenage girls get together, they're classed as hysterical and silly when, you know, their male counterparts wouldn't be. They would be legends and hilarious. So I think it's, you know, more of it would normalize it, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And Marli, I mean, this is it's turned into, Michael was saying when he first was doing it 20 years ago, it was a current film, and now it's become a period piece because of the time in between it's taken for him to make it. How is it stepping back in time? That must have been a fun experience as well as all the rest of it you get to do in the film.
Yeah, I mean, like the music, the fashion, all that stuff from the 90s was so cool, and like kind of came back in fashion now. So we were just saying in the last interview that like the costume fittings were so much fun getting to see. And also Nancy, the costume designer, she was a teenager in the 90s, so she was like, she knew it, like all the references and what we'd have worn. So like, yeah, it was so much fun just to get to like fully absorb yourself in that.
But Rona, I mean, now it's coming out and people are going, it feels like comedy and horror are the kind of movies that you want to see. Obviously you can see lots of other movies with with other audience members, but comedy and horror are the ones where you get to have that community and people kind of experience the same things. Are you excited to see people, particularly now that they get to go back to the cinema, to see it again and to have that kind of communal feeling, especially when it's some laughs and some jokes and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. And I think for such a long time we've lived through Netflix and TV in front of us because we couldn't go out anywhere. So I think it's such an amazing thing that cinema's back and up and running. And there's something different about watching on a big screen with everyone there. So yeah, I hope that people can get out and go in groups with their friends or whatever and enjoy it. Yeah, it's great. It's going to cinemas. We're really, really happy.
Yeah, indeed. Obviously the time is running out, and you can see that the time is running out, which gives us it's like an episode of Countdown. I'm gonna go. I'll start with Marli, and you can all go around. I was just going to ask you about your characters. One thing you might miss, or one thing that has kind of rubbed off on you since you played them.
I guess I missed. Kyla's just so cool, and like I wish I was like in a band when I was a teenager. So like it was so much fun living through her and getting to like do all those songs, and so I definitely miss that about her. One thing that like we took from them, or what was the other? Sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, what you took from it maybe rubbed off on you from the character that you've taken into your life. Maybe.
I don't know. I guess you bring a lot of yourself into them unconsciously, and I guess vice versa. Rona was saying that too, that you take stuff without thinking, and maybe a bit of her confidence. I don't know. Like I think Kyla's like much more confident than I was at that age, and getting to be her, and also getting to be around loads of other women, and yeah, it just builds his confidence. I'm gonna move on because we're running out of time.
Yeah, Sally, your turn. You got 2 minutes.
Yeah. I think what rubbed off on me and what I kind of took from the character was how loyal she is, and how, you know, how her friends are her family in her life. And it made me, because I can be a bit bad sometimes in my own personal life, kind of keeping in touch with friends and stuff. And it really, you know, I think especially during lockdown, just kind of reaching out to people and kind of making sure that I'm checking up on everyone and kind of, you know, being a bit more outwardly making more of an effort, I think, with my mates, definitely.
Okay. Rona, you have the last 90 seconds. Make it
I guess I'm the same as Sally. It was really weird after we stopped filming. I really missed hanging around with everyone because I was just like, oh my God, these characters, we've stopped doing it. We're not doing it anymore. So it was really weird. Like, also Shell's really weird, and I think I've taken a bit of that on if I wasn't already. So yeah.
There we go. In the time, look at that, a minute left. Guys, thanks so much for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey